we're the Dreamers.
Welcome to our first YouTube video. Today, we thought we'd keep it simple. We're going to do a Q&A, but while we're answering questions, we're going to paint.
Should be fun.
We like painting together. So, let's get started. First question. What started your love for Disney? Do you want to go first?
Yeah. For me, it was growing up watching all the shows and movies. You know, that's what started my first love for Disney.
I think for me, honestly, it started with my parents. My mom really loves Disney. My dad loves going to Disneyland. Also, like, it was a big part of my childhood, the shows, the movies. And once we started going together, I think it just kind of became our happy place. Yeah. And now we're a little bit obsessed with it.
I wouldn't say obsessed. But we definitely love it.
Yeah. Alrighty. This one's for you.
Okay.
You're stuck on a late night fishing trip with the boys. What's your go-to snacks from 7-Eleven? I know who that one's from.
Go-to snacks. So go-to snacks. First, we gotta get the chips. Gotta get those sabricones, you know? Next, we go to the candy section. Get some sour gummy worms. My personal favorite. Then you also gotta get some peach rings.
Those are AJ's
Gotta
favorite.
finish it off with the talking.
I wouldn't know what you guys get, so. Okay, this one's for you from Jess. Who's your favorite sister?
Layla. I'm just kidding, she's a dog.
You only have one sister.
Obviously you, my only sister. Okay.
Alright,
Next question. How do you afford to go to Disneyland so much?
honestly, I feel like that's a question people ask a lot. Because they think we spend a lot of money on Disney, but we really
don't. We're big savers, so that helps out a lot.
We're really good. Surprisingly, we're really good at managing our money. And honestly, we won't go unless we know we can afford it. Unless it's in the budget for that week, month, whatever it may be. But yeah, we're really good savers. We're really good at managing money. And if we do spend a lot of money, it's because we've saved for it. So yeah. Save money.
So this is a little bit of both of us. If a career took you out of state,
or out of a reasonable drive to Disney,
would you still be an AP?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably yes. We know a lot of people from out of state who are APs, and even APs from Florida, like Walt Disney World also. So I think we'd still, if we can at least make it to the parks, every month,
like every other
still
month,
I think it's
3.
still worth having an annual pass than having to buy a ticket or
every time we come. Yeah, definitely.
But in reality, we don't see ourselves moving that far. If anything, if we were to move, we'd move closer to the parks, not farther away. Yeah. All right, next question.
This one's for you. Have you ever thought of making your own Disney ears and selling them?
Ooh. Have I ever thought of making my own ears? Yes. But making ears for the purpose of selling them? No. That's a lot of work.
I bet.
I give major props to those small business owners who spend hours making ears that come out so beautiful. I've thought about making my own though, and honestly, just making one pair for myself is work. So yeah, I wouldn't do it for the purpose of selling them, but one day I do want to try to make my own ears when I have the time. That'd be cool. To customize them.
Yeah.
How long have you been together?
Well, too long.
Too long. Just kidding. We have been together 8 years and 2 months.
Yeah, 8 years and 2 months.
Once it's that long, guys, the months don't. You stop counting the
It
months.
just doesn't matter.
But yeah. Since middle school. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That was a little weird.
Next.
I think it's weird. How do you guys have such a good relationship? Well, it's not perfect because no relationship is perfect.
Yeah, never. I would say yes, we have a good, a healthy relationship, but it's never, like you said, it's never perfect. It's not always sunshines and rainbows. We have our ups and downs too, like every other couple. I feel like we get asked this a lot though, because even from like our close friends, they're always like, "Oh, you guys never fight. You guys never have problems. You guys are always happy." But it's like, yeah, because you guys don't see the other side of our relationship.
We're pretty private. We try to keep our things to ourselves.
Yeah, we're very private people, and obviously when we fight, it's privately. Yeah, we still have our arguments. We still have our disagreements every once in a while.
Just like every other couple.
Yeah.
But we do have a good friendship. I think
True,
that's
true.
That's why we have a good relationship.
I think yeah, that's a key thing that I think helps in a relationship too. If you guys get along really well, if you guys are like best friends, that definitely changes things.
Helps.
It makes you closer. What else? The things I always tell my friends when they are asking for advice, communication is like the number one thing.
Yes.
Trust, but communication, because honestly, I feel like a lot of times when we argue or when couples like argue or have disagreements, it's as simple as because we miscommunicated. So that's really helpful when you guys just communicate to each other, but also at the same time, like, you're not gonna want to tell each other every single thing. You gotta respect boundaries also. But yeah, communication and respect for each other. And yeah, I think also what's helped us, we took a communications class together.
Yes.
Because it was a graduation requirement, but it honestly actually
really
opened up our thinking to
we definitely
different relationships. Yeah, we definitely talk a lot more because of that class, which is really weird. We never expected that to happen, but
we thought it was just going to be an easy class, and it actually helped us in the long run.
Yeah. So communication, is that it?
Yeah, basically, because you always just got to talk to your partner.
You have to talk to them. You have to feel comfortable talking to them too. If it's always hard to have, obviously uncomfortable to have hard conversations, but I feel like if you can't do that with your partner, then something's not right, you know? So yeah, we encourage you to, if you're in college, take a communications class.
Helps out a lot.
Because it was actually really helpful. We learned a lot, and I think that's when we learned also about the whole rules thing. That it sounds really weird and cheesy, but if you have rules in a relationship, it actually really helps. Like, for example, when we argue or when we have a disagreement, we have rules like, okay, we're not going to yell at each other. When someone else is talking, we're going to listen to them, and that really helps too, to have rules in the relationship. You don't have to call them rules, but that's how we learned it. Yeah.
Next question.
Next question. Oh, before quarantine, how often did you go to the parks?
We would go about every 2 weeks if we could. It all depended on our budget too.
Yes. That's the other thing too with the whole how do you afford to go to Disneyland. I am a huge planner. I plan every little thing. I make lists for every little thing, and that includes like our spending and like our finances and stuff. And if I see like, oh, we're not going to be able to afford this month or this week, then we won't do it. But yeah, usually every 2 weeks works for us.
We try to.
Yeah, Especially because we're not that close to the parks either.
We live about 2 hours away, so it's quite a drive.
Yeah. It takes longer to get ready.
You definitely take longer to
I
get
do.
ready.
I used to, in my defense though, I used to take way longer than I do now. I used to take like an hour, 2 hours, but now if you tell me like
be ready in 5 minutes.
Be ready, I can be ready in the time you tell me to be ready. But if we're just like getting ready for the day, like yeah,
it definitely takes longer.
It takes longer to get ready. Oh, so this one, it's 2 questions, but I think we're gonna answer them together because it's the same topic. So what are your majors in school? And the other question was, what are your dream jobs and what are you going to school to become? So we'll answer those together.
So I'll go first. So I am a health science major.
Oh, this is
Doesn't
new.
sound pretty fancy, but my ultimate goal is to
I need help. I didn't know this one was new.
So I want to get into a sonography program and be a sonographer. And what a lot of people don't know is that's just a fancy name they use for people who do ultrasounds.
Thank you.
So that's what I want to become. I want to work in a hospital.
Yep. So my major is early childhood studies. The study, what would you say, study of the children? I don't know. Basically, I want to be a teacher.
Yeah, that's a hard one
so
to say.
that is the major. It's called early childhood studies. I want to eventually teach little children. I don't know. I've always known ever since I remember that I want to be around children. I want to work with children. They are my passion. They are what's most interesting to me. I want to know how they learn, how they act, how they develop. It's just that's what I like. And then I think ever since like middle school, I knew I loved teaching also. So put those 2 together and
You're a teacher.
I want to teach children. What's something you're really good at but hate doing? That's a good question. Something you're really good at but hate doing.
I'm good at cooking, and I hate doing
You're
it.
good at he's a way better cook than me, but when I tell him, babe, make me something, he's like, oh, do I have to? For me, I think writing.
You're really good at writing.
I'm a very good writer. I don't always admit that because I hate doing it. I hate writing. I hate having to write for like a class or for anything, but when I do, I'm really good at it.
You really
I don't know
are.
what it is, but
It just comes natural to her.
yeah, but I hate doing it. I hate doing it, and I will literally leave it off to like the last minute. And that's the thing too, though. I think I do my best writing like when I have to do it last minute.
Yeah, she really does.
Besides Disney, what do you guys like to do for fun?
We like to go exploring.
We like to, basically try new things,
Go to new places.
travel, go places where we've never been before.
We like going to restaurants we've never gone to try new food.
We're big foodies. Literally, we will plan our trips around food.
Yeah.
Even when we go to Disneyland. When we go to, like I said, I'm a big planner and I make lists for everything. So if I see something on like Instagram or the Disneyland app or whatever it may be, I will be like, babe, I want to try this. And then next time we go to Disneyland, I'd be like, okay, we're going to go here first and then here because I want to try this and this and this. And yeah. And then we do whatever else we have time to do. Another thing too, we love to go to museums.
Yes, we love going to museums.
We're big history buffs, so that's one thing we really like doing. Even when we travel to like different countries, that's like really the purpose why we go is to go find history.
We like learning.
We love learning. We love learning about history, about the country's history, about culture, and when this is all over, hopefully we can get to do that again.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, one of our favorite things to do besides Disneyland is go to museums, visit museums.
Trying new things.
Oh my gosh, you're like already done.
Yeah, mine was pretty easy. Let's see. Last question.
Last question.
If you lived closer to the parks, would you go more often?
Yes.
Definitely.
100% yes. Like we said before, we live about 2.5 hours away driving. It just depends on traffic too. Sometimes it can even take us 3 hours to get to the parks, which is why we try to leave as early as possible. But if we did live closer, we would definitely go a lot more.
I would say like every weekend if we could.
Yeah. Because right now it's every 2 weeks, but if we lived closer, definitely a lot more. Also because that's one of the things like we spend the most on is gas when we go to the parks.
Yes.
So it would really help a lot if we did live closer, actually. But yeah.
Really?
That's pretty much it. Those are all the questions you guys asked. Thank you for asking us questions. Thank you for watching till the end of the video.
And thank you for watching our first video.
Yeah. Should we reveal our paintings?
I think so.
I'm
about done.
not 100% done.
But they want to see.
Okay. Hold on. It's supposed to be black, but it came out gray.
Okay, I think I am done. Ready?
Mine's not. I like yours.
I like yours.
It's not done. I'm gonna finish it, but it's
Where's over
an
here?
ears hat. All right.
And I drew Willie's boot.
So thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next video.